Peace to everybody out there. Um, Hope everybody's doing all right. Trying to get this camera straight. Um, I was actually in bed, getting ready to go to sleep, and I had been contemplating about going live all day today. It's been a challenging week. A lot of sickness and stuff going on. Truthfully, a lot of deaths, um, unfortunate situations happening to really a lot of people here in the States and across the world. A lot of things happening. But it's been in my conscience to talk about a story that I know I grew up on, looking at every year just about. It came on regular TV. And it was the program or the movie called The Wizard of Oz. The Wizard of Oz is a very interesting story. It really breaks down a lot of things. You have to excuse me, I'm just trying to get this stuff straight. Trying to get it like I want to. But yeah, the Wizard of Oz break down a lot of things that happens to us on a daily basis. Especially if you're trying to live a clean, righteous life. Even though you may not do everything on the up and up. Not on purpose, but we all slip up sometimes on saying the wrong things or doing the wrong things. But this whole thing of the Wizard of Oz and that whole journey that the young lady took was very interesting. Even when, and I'm going to try to break it down. I don't know how long this is going to go out. I don't know how much I'm going to break down tonight. But I'm going to try to break down as much as I can while I still can, think pretty clearly. Like I said, I was about to go to bed. But something told me to go ahead and get up and say this. As you see the young lady Dorothy, there was turmoil in her life. Brought on by a person. And I don't know for everybody else, it always seems as like a person or a group of people that always wants to cause turmoil in people's life. It's either for their entertainment or because they're dissatisfied with their current living situation. It's unfortunate, and I know it's frustrating because I know I've been in that situation where people project their dissatisfaction with their own lives and try to project it on you. And I've been noticing that a lot with people now. They project their negativity on other people. They might be having an issue in their personal life, and they project and cause problems in other people's lives because they can't figure out the situation or the issue that's going on in their life. So they tend to try to make other people's lives miserable and uncomfortable. And we have to deal with that. And then we have to say something or do something to remedy that situation. But this is the situation that you saw Dorothy in. She had the lady, I forgot what her name is, but the lady that ended up being the Wicked Witch. In the real life, where in the so-called fantasy life in Oz, she ended up being the Wicked Witch. I think of the West. I think it was. I don't know exactly, but she was causing turmoil in Dorothy's life. That turmoil not only bothered Dorothy, but it bothered her family because her family cared about her. And even, in one of the scenes I remember, I think it's Auntie Anne said that she didn't want to say anything bad because of her religion. The religion she practiced. So I know we found ourselves, I'm not the only one, but we found ourselves in this situation. What's up, Shelly? How you doing, sis? We found ourselves in this situation. And it's interesting how the movie reflects real life in a lot of situations. And as Dorothy went through her turmoil, that turmoil not only showed itself through that person, that Wicked Witch, but it also showed up in nature, that natural disaster, that tornado. And we're actually seeing that now in these last days, where certain groups of people have mistreated other people for the color of their skin, their socio-economic status, or lack thereof, according to these people that are in charge. They're looked at as not being worthy of being taken care of or given the correct information then they can advance in this world. So they are thrown aside. And not only have they done that to people, they've done that to nature, Mother Nature, to the animals, to the plants. And we're seeing the results of that. We're having tornadoes. We're having hurricanes. We're having floods. I was talking to my wife the other night, and I was talking to people Sunday at church. And I said, isn't it amazing how Mother Nature down in Mississippi, they're flooded. They're actually flooded right now. But they're in a drought as well at the same exact time. They have all the water around them, and the water is so toxic that they can't even drink it. So they're actually having a drought in the midst of being flooded. And see, it's amazing how Mother Nature can equalize everything and really show us who's in charge and who we really should be respecting. So during this time, Dorothy got caught up in that tornado, and she supposedly, during that tornado, house was taken up. She got knocked out and found herself in the land of Oz. And again, it's amazing how life parallels itself. We can find ourselves, especially people, black people, we were kind of knocked out as well. We find ourselves in the land of Oz, in a strange land, trying to make it back home Um, it's amazing how there are so many parallels in this movie called The Wizard of Oz. And who did she encounter first? She encountered the Munchkin people. Um, they were kind of standoffish at first and trying to figure out who she was, where she came from. And they gave her some information that she needed. She needed to go to this place called, or this person called the Wizard of Oz to get her back home, to grant some wishes. And during that time, during that introduction, you had another person, another character that was introduced. Supposedly the good witch. That gave her some items, in particular the ruby slippers that killed one of the sister of the wicked witch. And the good witch told Dorothy that she could use these shoes in order to get back home. And again, you can find when you're going through this turmoil, you're out of place, you don't know which way to go. People are sent into your life to help guide you to the correct people that can guide you to the correct place and the correct information that you may need to know during this period in time. You had the Munchkins, you had the supposed good witch, and that good witch gave a symbol or a tool used to get back home to your original state, to your original way of living. It's very interesting. I would tell you to go back and look at that movie several times to get a lot of the very deep meanings and put yourself in that situation, and I would guarantee you that you would see a lot of the parallels in your life. So Dorothy goes on her way down the yellow brick road, the narrow road, on what the Munchkins and the good witch told her would get her to this person called the Wizard of Oz that would grant her a wish. And she meets a couple of people. The first person she meets is the Scarecrow. This person supposedly doesn't have a brain. And he is written off as being stupid or dumb, not having any smarts. And again, you would be surprised who you are able to get knowledge from. Again, I see this as a powerful lesson. You never discount anybody. You never make a judgment on anybody according to what someone may say about them. You make your own judgments. You make your own discriminations according to your relationship with that person. Never discount a person on their outward look, on how they speak. They may be speaking whatever broken language. It doesn't even matter what it is. Because sometimes when you discount people and not listen, you may be missing some jewels that can help you get down this road, this journey that you need help on. And we will see that was true for Dorothy And you will see that is true for you as well as you travel through this wicked world, trying to make it, trying to do the best you can, trying to help people along the way. The scarecrow was picked on. He was disregarded. He was almost like a homeless man. Kind of like a mascot. Treated like nothing. But Dorothy took the time to talk to the scarecrow. And she recognized pretty clearly, along with her encouraging him and letting him know, hey, you're not dumb. You're not stupid. You're not unintelligent. You're not wise. You got to believe in yourself. And I see this in my life as well. You know, you come in to encourage people. Somebody that may be so-called trodden down and outcast of society. And you inspire them for them not to give up. And that inspires you, likewise, to not give up on yourself and to be an inspiration to them. And you end up inspiring yourself as well. It's very interesting on how life really works. And how blessing someone, you're really blessing yourself as well. The Wizard of Oz is a very deep movie. It's very deep. And we can learn a lot from that movie. I didn't go and capture all the characters. I know I missed a person, the salesman, that ended up being the Wizard of Oz before she went through the tornado. But we'll circle around if that comes into my mind. But I just wanted to get this out tonight, just to let y'all know. Continue to stay encouraged. What up, brother Aaron? G713. Peace to you, brother. Continue to be encouraged. Continue to do what you need to do to advance yourself. Try to learn something every day. Try to help someone every day. And at the end and the beginning of the day, we know that we only have our health. You can have all the money in the world. You can have all the material possessions in the world. You can have all the loving family in the world. But if your health is not correct, you can't enjoy any of that stuff. So you need to look out for your health. Start transitioning away from meat. Meat is over. Meat causes cancer. Hey, let's get right to it. Meat causes cancer. It's nothing that nobody else can say. That's been proven. I had a situation with red meat that made me had to get off of that meat. And I asked the Most High if I could get out of that situation, that I wouldn't touch it again, and I didn't. For the people that's still trying to transition, get a book called from Vegan Intel. It's called The Easiest Way to Become a Vegan. That's an excellent book. Get it. It will show you the best way to do it. And the easiest way, just like the book says. Vegan Intel on Instagram and veganintel.com. You can order the book there. Get the book. Then you can transition. Because the meats and basically all the food that's not natural is toxic. And more people, not even from the age 60, from age 50 and below, are getting all types of cancer. And it's coming from the food primarily, and it's coming from the other items that we're eating or coming in contact with. The environment is so toxic. And just like in the Wizard of Oz, when you have people running the world or running an environment, they make it so toxic. Everything becomes toxic. They become toxic. The people become toxic. The animals become toxic. The food becomes toxic. The water becomes toxic. Everything becomes toxic. So, only thing you can do right now, you got to start with yourself. Live it. Don't beat anybody across the head. Forcing them and telling them that they need to be vegans or vegetarians. But live by example. Do what you need to do. And people will see that. And those that have ears and have eyes will see and hear. And those that don't, we just have to hope and pray that they will learn. Alright? I'm going to be continuing this series of just my analyzing of the Wizard of Oz and the parallels in real life that I've seen in my life, and I think a lot of people will see in their lives. So hope everybody have a good night. Talk to y'all later. Hope y'all have a good week. Peace.